Hello, and welcome back to the weekly Oracle card reading with Kylie Savage, Psychic Medium. Now, you're here to receive inspired and intuitive guidance so that you can best co create your week ahead. And I do that with Oracle cards. Now, if you haven't already watched last week, I'm trusting that you had a great week, but go back and watch the video again and see the week that it was. It was huge. And I'm trusting that you had a happy Halloween or a fantastic Beltane. And Happy New Year to all the witches out there. Okay, so last week it was intense. We had so much going on. We had the astrology, we had Mercury going retrograde. We're in that until the 20th of November. Remember to check out Yasmin Boland, Moonology, for all your best astrology information. As you said, we had Beltane, we had Samhain, and just, a lot coming up. The Mercury retrograde, the new moon in Scorpio, just full on. And I'm really glad that it's Friday. And if you're watching now, I'm trusting that you're going to take something, one thing from this whole reading that's going to resonate with you, that's going to assist and support you so that you can have the most fabulous week. Remember, these readings are more prescriptive than predictive. It's like a psychic weather report. So I'm going to let you know whether you need to have an umbrella or jump into your summer clothes. Okay, so let me know. Absolutely like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified when these readings come out. And just let me know, what's the one thing that really was assistance and support to you? And that would be great. I definitely read all the comments and we'll get back to you. Okay, so the 4 cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle begin with Observer. That's our anchor card. And the second card, the next right action to take, is No Place Like Home. And it was in last week's reading too. And then we have a Y. I'm sorry that these cards are a little bit shiny and their light is bouncing off them a bit. Sure if you can see them a bit more closely. Milk and Honey, one of the very best cards in the deck. Love seeing it there in the 4th position, giving us more details, fleshing out the whole story. And from Colette Baron Reid's brand new The Crystal Spirits Oracle deck, we have Aventurine. And then from Doreen Virtue's Goddess Guidance deck, we have Palais. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Okay, Observer. Oh, I feel the relief with this card. We're taking a step back. We're going into the observer mode or mind. I'm just going to refer to it as mind. If you've never heard of the observer before, well then there's quite a lot of information on it, and I'm probably, I can direct you to some of the sources that I know of. Yet I really feel like, for me, the observer is the oversoul. So the observer understands our whole past, our whole future, and in-depthly understands our now. And with this card, it's asking us to take a step back and to do something that comes from the Buddhists, which I learnt now on, is detachment with love. So if you've gone around, Colette says, with your life suction capped onto the end of your nose, no doubt you really need, to take on the message of this card for this week. And as you said, last week was such a big week. I just feel relief. This card is a deep breath, a pause. Isn't that beautiful? And life is, it's the balance, the ups and downs, the hills and valleys, the introversion, the extroversion, all of that. It's the polarities, and our lesson is to find balance in life between the polarities. And I know that's one of my major life lessons for this incarnation. So when we have observer, it's saying, take a step back. But the thing is, we're not being dispassionate. We're not being cold. A lot of people, hear detachment with love and think, I need to show I care by being involved. And yet the thing is, that sometimes is your least empowered position if you want to be of real assistance and support to yourself and to others. Sometimes the most empowered position is taking a step back. If we're running around reacting to life, the situations in our life, the energies, the people, the places, the things, we just burn ourselves out and we're not taking inspired, intuitive action. We're just reacting from a very instinctive base, nature or place within ourselves. It's not the most resourceful. We're not using the higher functions in our, higher functioning parts in our brain. We're not in our creative aspects of our brain either, where we can access, creative solutions to problems. And as you said, we just burn ourselves out. Life's asking you this week to take a step back, and the world won't end just because you did. We're not indispensable. The world just, keeps on turning. Whether we're having a bad day or a good day or whatever we think about, the world will keep on turning. So it's okay. Take that step back. Bring it on home. And that's what we're going to talk about in the next card. The thing is, I want for you to look at meditation. I want for you to look at mantra. I want for you to look at getting into your body, bringing all your resources back, doing that beautiful meditation from Megan Watterson. I call it the disco heart ball meditation, where you imagine, this big disco ball in a heart shape. Mine is nice and bright pink and flashy. You imagine it has a switch and you turn it on and it calls all of your energy back to you. And then once you see that heart beautifully spinning, all the tiles are back, you turn it off. Sometimes we can get so caught up in world events, what's going on for our neighbour, what's going on here and there, we want to control things, we want to manage everything, that we just lose a sense of ourselves and we lose our power. And we lose our ability to respond to life instead of react to it. The Buddhists bless them, Buddha bless them, have so much to teach us about these things. These are ancient spiritual teachings, which are so practical. They can really meet us where we're at in life, give us some practical tools for the way ahead. This is what Observer is saying, is that when you're in Observer mind, you have such a great, vantage point to see everything that's going on. And then once you become disciplined and understand how to remain an observer mind, you can be like the eye of the storm. All these things can be going on around you, and then you can see, right, that's what I need to do. That's the best thought. That's what I need to take action on, and just go do that one thing. If you're feeling like your energy is super scattered, and you've lost focus and you've lost passion and you just feel worn down and, run down and worn out, then this, heed the message in this card. Come into observer mode. Meditate. Develop detachment with love. Look it up. Investigate it. Learn about it. Do those small things that help you just pause. And, cultivate this as an ongoing practice. And it will change your whole life. And it will just empower you. Spirit keeps saying how empowering this is. And it truly is. Just think if more of us responded to life and took action from this empowered point of view and from this empowered place, just how much more peaceful our life would be, but how much, how much more would get done and get done well. Okay, terrific. No place like home. So same thing, focus on home this week, focus on the family, focus on events, everything that's happening around just in your immediate vicinity, and focus on organisation. If you're moving house, because we have green, I call it adventurine, and I call it the moving stone. If you're moving house, great time to declutter. Really look at decluttering and detoxing yourself while you're moving house. What is it that you can release from your mind, your body, and your spirit? What is it you don't want to carry into the new place? Pardon me. And let's look at, bringing the focus here on ourselves. Now, Spirit, we're talking about being empowered. And I talked about last week, there is so much that we cannot do anything about, other people, places and things, other situations. Yet we can always take some inspired action from here when we keep the focus on ourselves. I really want to talk about too the present moment. So look at what's going on in your present moment, and how peaceful do you feel within yourself, within your own soul? within your own home. Home to me is like my sanctuary, and if it doesn't feel right, if things are going on, then I need to adjust that. Cheryl Richardson always used to talk about having visual order, and I think that's a great thing about the decluttering movement that's going on at the moment. Is what it does is it restores visual order. Now, I've seen people say, their desk is a complete mess, and I've seen people say, no, they know where everything is. Yet, is it the most effective way for them to work? Is it the most effective organisation system that they could possibly have? Because I guarantee you, if they clear everything out and try a new system, and their mental energy will be a lot freer, emotionally they'll be feeling more stable and secure and happier, and spiritually they'll just be coming from a better place. So if you disagree with me, definitely, put it in the comments. Tell me how well you do your work with all your clutter going on. And look, we all make mess. I think humans are just brilliant, expert mess makers, honestly. So, no place like home. We also need to think about what we want. What are our goals, our dreams and desires? What are we thinking about for the new year? And we need to think about if our, New Year's resolutions and goals, if that list is a mile long, we need to pare it down. I only had 3 goals going into this year. And then you need to break those big goals down even smaller and look at what can you take baby steps, baby steps which will lead you, in the right direction of achieving your dreams. I say baby steps is how it gets done. So, and often we don't feel like, we can be reflecting in observer mode. We can be reflecting on this year and thinking, wow, I had all these dreams and plans and I hardly got anything done. Because, yeah, life happens, but we also need to look at our organisation systems and where we spend our energy and how we're spending it. So, we might look back and think, wow, we didn't get a lot done. So we probably overwhelmed ourselves and overloaded ourselves, and that list was far too long. You will find that you will be able to achieve much more if you make that list shorter. And then you get some success, you achieve some goals, and you think, wow, I really can do this. I guarantee you will be able to create more things from having less goals. So there are people out there who've written a lot more about than me. Habits. Habits is a great thing. Looking at the key to your day or daily success is in your daily routine, your habits. What are we unconsciously repeating too? So no place like home. Keep the focus on yourself, unpack a bit of this stuff, do some journaling, some meditation, look at what you want to create and what you want to create for now, and also what you want to create for 2020. And if you'd like to have a private reading, you'd like to unpack it with me and ask Spirit, and get a personal, some personal invitation, personal insights and a personal prescription for how you might best work with energies, get in touch for a private reading. They'll only be open till about the second week in December, and then I don't come back to work till February 2020. Okay, so why? When we've looked at our dreams, desires and goals and what we want to create for the new year and what we're creating now, we need to ask ourselves, why do we want the things we want? I was listening to Kyle Cease on a summit. Can't tell you what it was. It might have been the Hay House Heal Summit because I'm in sponge mode where I just like to download and get as much information as I can possibly. And then next month I won't listen to anything hardly. I'll just be digesting and processing everything I've taken in with this new information. Kyle Cease, I believe, was saying you're either in this moment or you're in resistance to the present moment. So are you creating goals, dreams and desires? Are you creating those because you want to have a better now, or you don't like the now that you have? Are you postponing your happiness? You're saying, I'll be happy, when I earn the so much figure income, when I have my own home, when I live near the sea, when my family is more settled, when my kids are grown up, when I can go back to work. I'll be happy then. Because human beings are so good at saying the present moment's pretty shitty, I don't like it, so I'll just send myself off into the future and say I'll be happy when this happens. We feel like we want to postpone our pain. We anesthetize ourselves, drug ourselves, become addicted because the present moment is too filled with pain, and the fear of the pain is actually what's killing us. But we're saying we can't stay here in the now. We'll either go back into the past or we'll leap into the future. We'll do anything not to feel and accept this present moment as it is. And yet, peace is a present moment activity. Patricia King said that, and your life matters, and it's stuck with me. I need it on a t-shirt. If any of you guys make t-shirts, let me know and send me one. And Eckhart Tolle, I haven't read him, but I know he talks about this a lot. All your power is in your present moment. And when Kyle C said that, he said, you're either in the present moment, like accepting of it, or you're in resistance to it. Remember, what we resist persists. That's a universal law, the law of resistance or law of acceptance. So when he said that, I was like, oh, wow. I am an expert at running into the future or rehashing the past. And I can't go back and make a new past. I can look at it and reflect on it differently. That definitely shifts the energy and shifts my memory of it. And I can't change the future because I'm not there yet. And I do want to co-create my best life, and I do it best with oracle cards. I do want to be in partnership with Spirit. I want to live my best life. I want to reach my full potential. Yet the thing is, if I can't stand my now, how's my future ever going to be better? How am I going to look back at my past with anything other than shame and regret? I reckon they're onto something with this. Let's learn about loving our present moment. And I do believe that all your power is in your present moment. Spirit gave that to me years and years ago, and it stayed with me. And yet this is a practice, and we're all doing this the very best we can. So have a think about, why do you want the things that you want? Because the good news is, if you listen to this message, if you take something on board from what Spirit is saying to you here now, you'll be blessed. You'll be in the flow. And resistance causes suffering, and it causes less. We lose things, and we take so much energy from our present moment to resist, what's going on. And so much energy to project ourselves into the future or look at the past, that we miss the gifts in the present. And Spirit they're bombarding you all the time. You're in a constant flow of signs and messages and dialogue from Spirit. Colette says the universe is chatty. It chats through oracle cards, and it is. She's right. The universe constantly wants to communicate with us. We're not here to do it, go it alone. We're not here to do everything on our own. We're here to be in partnership. Spirit gets how challenging life is. So if you take in something from this reading, you will be in the flow of all your good. Let's open our doors to it. And let's, take a step back. Let's respond to life and know that when you're in that observer mode, when you're meditating, when you're being intuitive, the thoughts will come that you can take inspired action on, which lead to success. Whew, isn't that great? And I would never recommend or suggest anything I haven't really tested out myself. And I've done this. Okay, Palais. We've got our crystal oracle Spirit first. So I call this the moving stone. If you're moving house, terrific. A lot of people want to move around this time. My first career was in real estate. Everybody wants to be in the new home before Christmas. If you're moving, many blessings on your move, many blessings on your new home. And if you've just moved, many blessings connecting to your new home and your new neighborhood and situation. Okay, Green Adventurine. As I was shuffling the cards, I was really feeling like, okay, Observer had come out, and I was like, we need something healing. We need that breath of fresh air. We need to connect with regenerative energies, and that healing power which comes from within us. So give yourself a break this week, and know that if you are moving house, ask Spirit to help, the angels, which assist and support people who are moving, and that assist and support the houses to accept new families and releasing the old house. Ask them to get on board and support you with all of this. Now, Adventurine If you're looking for a new home, definitely go and get that. But if you're looking also for adventure, for movement in your life, you felt stuck, you felt like things have stagnated, you feel like you're moving through mud, go and get some adventuring crystals, wear them, meditate with them, and know that your life is about to change in amazing ways. So, also, I want for you to know that this is the balance. You've got the Observer card as the anchor, which is saying pause, step back, have some detachment with love. And I want for you to know that action does come from that, because adventuring is showing up to say, this is something new. You are creating something new. You are in the flow of something new. And these are great things. These are new beginnings. So nurture those little seeds, nurture that new growth. And give yourself what you need to be able to keep on building on these new beginnings. So think about what you want, why you want it, and then trust in these new beginnings. Now, we had Giraffe last week, which was talking about that. Giraffes only like to eat the new growth at the very tops of the trees. So we need to have a different vantage point, which Observer is going to give us. And we need to trust that new things are happening. Capitalize on the new. That's where all your power is at the moment, in the new dreams, new desires. And hopefully if you did that little Beltane ritual that I set up, I did mine. It was really amazing what came up to be released, really old stuff. If you did that Beltane ritual, you would have started to, connect with what's new for you. So Pele, our last card, and thank you for watching along this whole time. Pele is saying, connecting in with the new stuff. What is it you're really dreaming of and desiring? What are the passions that are getting fired up at the moment? What do you want to create in the new year? And you also need to know that you do have the energy to bring these things forth. And I also feel like there's a bit of a warning in this card as well, and saying, if you've, shoved your dreams and desires down, if you've pushed everything down, you can implode and explode. So let's capitalize on that fiery energy, let's harness our passions and guide them so that they, we do see them be created, we do see them flourish, and we do feel the benefit of them, and not that destructive implosion, because that can become toxic for your body as well. So Pele is saying connect with Mother Earth, connect with, fertile ideas, connect with the fire energy, being motivation. And I feel like she's saying you're going to be given all the energy and support you need to bring about these new desires and these new dreams. So I'm wishing you all the very best for your week. So many blessings. Let's make it the very best, most fabulous ever week that we can make it. If you'd like resources and learn how to meditate, the meditations that I find most effective and useful for everyday life, then get in touch with me and I can put some links in the comments. Okay, I'm trusting that you're going to take something from this and your week is going to be amazing. All the best.